Alright guys, here we go with something different. I'm pretty excited about this. 3-star my bag. So thanks to Offthecage is his DGV player name. He commented on a video recently and had the idea to send me a picture of his bag and have me play around with it just to see how I do, what lines I chose to use, and then kind of provide some feedback on what I thought of his bag and what I might replace or do a little different as far as his bag setup. So I'm hoping to kind of make this a thing, maybe do one of these once a week or once a month, depending on how many people are interested. But then I had the idea of doing like a 3-star round with someone else's bag. So he suggested Ikigai Enso. He's been struggling getting the 3 stars there, as all of us have at one point. It's definitely one of the tougher ones to do. So we'll see if we can get a 3-star round together with his bag. But first off, we want to take a look at his bag and just kind of I'll provide some feedback on what I think. So my first thought when I saw his bag was a lot of understable straight shooters, a lot of skip discs, way too many skip drivers. But I was able to replicate his bag. I thought that was kind of fun. Basically, every disc is the same, 8 of which are the exact same stamp and everything. But the one disc that's not is the Vandal. So I have a water skip accurate instead of a water skip roll. Basically anything that's not a distance driver, I'm always going to want it to be accurate. So I really don't even choose discs that aren't accurate. That's why I don't have a Vandal that's not. But let's start with the right side of his bag. So he goes with the Hope combo. I like the Pure combo. I just like the little more stability of the Pure, but the Hope is an awesome disc, probably a better disc for throw-ins. But I really love the utility of the Harp, and that's something I feel like he's missing here with the same putter in both slots. As far as mid-ranges, he's got the Claymore and the Sphea. Again, I like to have kind of a combination, so I go with the Warship, which is a little more stable than the Claymore, and then I go with the Sphea or the Fuse. Those are pretty similar discs. The Claymore is probably kind of somewhere in between the Fuse and the Warship. Fairways, he's got the Skip Fury, which I'm not a big fan of. I feel like I want a little bit longer, whether that's a Skip PD or a Skip Sapphire, which is what I bag. But if you're going to have a straight shooter Skip fairway, I feel like the Grace is the way to go, just because it has a little more distance than that Fury does. As far as the Escape, I don't know a whole lot about it other than it's just kind of a straight flyer. Doesn't really have the distance of a 9-speed that I'm looking for. I kind of already spoke about the Vandal. Again, I much prefer an accurate disc whenever you can get one. So I love the Vandal, love the water skip. So I would just replace that with an accurate water skip disc. As far as his rives, I don't know why he wouldn't go with a glide roll rive instead of a windbreak. I like the windbreak. It's a nice disc, but I think you need that extra distance that the glide provides. The glide skip captain and the turn skip rive are basically a very similar disc. I think you can get rid of one of those and free up a spot for probably a glide sapphire, which he doesn't have. As much as I love the PD, I just feel like there's just a lot of things that the sapphire does that the PD can't quite do. So that would be an awesome disc to add to this bag. The Sword is an awesome disc, one of my favorite discs in real life. So it's hard to speak bad about it, but just as far as the game, in between the glide roll ride for me and the glide sapphire, there's just not a whole lot that I need in between that, and that's exactly what that Sword does. It definitely would come in handy on certain holes, but I can pretty much do anything with either the glide roll rive or the glide sapphire. And then as far as his water skip selection, I mean, the water skip big skip is fun for certain holes, but you really want the extra distance that the glide provides. So maybe he just hasn't pulled that yet. That might be why he doesn't have that in the bag. But that would be my feedback on his bag. Doing one round, I'm probably not going to throw a lot of these discs, so that's why I wanted to take some time and kind of go through them and provide him some feedback on what I think. He's got a lot of straight shooters, which is nice, but I just love having a combination of something understable and something stable in kind of each category of disc. But there you go, guys. That's my kind of critique of his bag. So without further ado, let's get into it. We're going to try to get that 3 stars on Ikigai Enso, which is a score of 22 or better. So definitely not easy. Luckily, there's some discs in his bag that I'm very familiar with, so hopefully that helps me out. And let's see how we do. So on to hole 1. This is my least favorite hole of Ikigai Enso. Just seems so random at times, but I think the best disc for this, I throw turn glide here on a forehand. Sometimes I'll go backhand depending on the wind with another disc, but for this wind, I think we're going to go with the Glide Skip Captain. Awesome disc. If you slide to the right, top chevron right on that tree with the one wind, we're going to go a little farther to the right with this 2 right to left, and then just pull straight down. It might not be enough turn. Actually, this looks really good. So I feel like that's a great line. Very similar to my turn glide rive. It just gives me the skip. It's a great disc, but I prefer the Paradigm over kind of straight skippy flippy drivers. But that Captain is definitely an awesome disc. So we start out good with an eagle. Let's see how we do on the second hole. Again, I'm going to revert to the lines that I know. This hole probably could be done with the Captain, but I have a line I'm very familiar with the Glide Skip Rive. Slide to the left, bottom chevron right where that tree meets the rock, and then just a bunch of hyzer, especially in this wind. Get under the tree. Just don't hit that tree solid. Oh, nice. So we had a nice break there to avoid that tree, but that's been a great line for me. I used to really struggle with this hole. Now the Hope, we got a big right to left, so I do have to aim to the right a little bit. Oh, almost didn't aim enough. But again, I'm still used to the Pure, so sometimes I struggle with the Hope. They are very similar, but the Hope just flies a little bit straighter, has a little more lift than the Pure does. Now this one, this should be interesting. I usually go glide roll, but this turn roll is intriguing to me right now. This might be like the perfect disc for this hole, and I kind of wish, it's one of the reasons I wish we just had unlimited spots, because then you could just pull whatever disc fits it. But then we'd see if I can put a little hyzer on this. It looks pretty good. It just makes it a lot easier to keep this on this lower level with a straight shooting disc, and I just don't have a disc like this, so I usually go glide roll rive and have to put it out over the canyon a little bit. But with this disc I didn't have to do that. So 172, I usually throw a forehand Pure. Top chevron right over the basket is about 160, so I'm going to aim a little higher, but this Hope has a little more lift than the Pure, so we're going to aim about the same, maybe a little bit higher than what I would normally aim. Put a little bit more hyzer because it's going to turn a little more than the Pure, and too much hyzer. Dang, I feel like I had the height right there. And a lot of people are going to throw like a Fuse or Svea there, but I'm just more used to my throw-ins, and the Hope is similar enough to the Pure that I can kind of get away with throwing similar lines. So here's another one. I probably should throw backhand Glide Skip Captain with his disc, but I'm just not very good with the Captain, and I've been doing really well with this line. So slide to the left, kind of change the height depending on the wind, but we're going to put a big hyzer and try to skip it before the rock here. Oh, well, we got a little lucky there, missed that tree. But again, I've been having a lot of luck with that, especially since I don't have a flippy skippy driver in my bag, so I go with the Glide Skip Rive on a backhand there. I used to go forehand all the time. Let me see if I can get this with the Hope. Pretty much aim right at it with this wind, I think. Just got to get the distance right. 114. Nice. Shout out to Westy for this awesome design on this disc, that Hope that I'm using. Daniel says the name is awesome. That was when I came up with the name for this series. 3-star my bag. All right. So this one I'm going to go with that turn roll again. I liked it on the other hole, so let's see. I'm going to have to just make sure I put enough hyzer on it. Normally I throw a water skip here a lot, but we got a big tailwind, so I'm gonna see how this turn roll rive works. So far it's on a good line. Probably gonna go long though, unfortunately. Oh, it almost checked up. It does. So again, that's a disc that worked out really well for me on 2 of these holes. See if we can finish off this eagle. We do. So that wind can be challenging, but without it being a glide disc, it took a little distance off, and then the roll feature checked it up. So this hole, I use the Roll Sapphire. I used to use it all the time, but now I just throw my Water Skip Vandal. Now, if I had the Roll Water Skip, it would be even better on this hole, because then it would check up like right after it skipped. But this Water Skip Accurate Vandal, I'm going to take a little bit off. And this is a line I'm used to throwing, and it works out awesome. And it shortens the throw-in distance. As you can see here, I'm pretty much going to be putting. So I was pretty confident with that line there. I definitely recommend trying that with that Water Skip Vandal, as it works out really well. Got to be a little careful in tailwinds, so you kind of learn how to power it down, but so far so good, man. We got a great round going so far. Here's another one where I should probably go with the captain, but I'm going to go with what I know and with a line that's really been working well for me. Backhand, glide skip, arrive just around that tree, big anhyzer. Oh, I was hoping it would skip there. Just missed the skip, so that kind of gets us in a little trouble down here. Usually we can get it up there next to the basket, especially in that wind. Dang, man, if we would have got this one, I would have felt real confident getting this 3-star, but see if we can drop this in. We still got a chance here, only 99 feet up and over. And dang, lined up. Just left it short with the hope. So again, I'm not throwing a big variety of his discs, so don't really see a lot of the flight, but I'm hoping for a 3-star round with his bag, and that's the whole purpose of these videos. Here we go again. I'd probably be better off throwing the captain, but I'm going to go with the line that I know with the glide skip arrive, slide to the left, middle chevron just under that tree. Daniel's coming up with ideas. He's thinking about trying to put together an event. So keep an eye out for more awesome things coming from the one and only Bamananam. Definitely got a creative mind and always looking for ways to make his content fun for the viewers and make the game better for all. And here we go. We're going to make this, try to throw it up into this tree and let it drop. Oh, it's going to fade too much. Had a shot had I kept that straight. All right, I'm trying to see it. I know 22 is 3-star, so what are we at? We're at 19, 20. So if I just get a birdie, I don't even need to get eagle here. So this is going to be a first round go. Wasn't sure how many times it would take me, but luckily this is a glide skip arrive. I'm going to make sure I put plenty of hyzer on this because of this big wind. I don't want it to miss left. Come on, fade. Okay. That one had me nervous, flirting with that left OB line. Unfortunately, it caught that bush, so it took some speed off. Now, do I play this safe or do I go for it? I feel like I want to try to drop this in. 127 downhill with the hope. It's not going to fade that much, especially in a headwind. Oh, no. Stupid hope. If that was a pure, that would have been dead center. Anyways, I think we got it, man. I think we got 22, so that's barely got a 3-star. So there you go. 3-star Ikigai Enso. Yep, 22. Just wanted to wait and verify. I didn't want to make sure I didn't mess that up. So there you go. Let me know if you want to 3-star your bag. We'll see if we make this a thing. I had a lot of fun doing that. Thank you so much for the idea. And as always, guys, thanks for watching me play some DGV. And P.S. just hit me up in the comments if this is something that interests you. And we'll find another player, shoot me your bag, and we'll see if we can 3-star one of the rounds for you.